Kendrick Lamar has proven himself to be the king of the rap genre, especially after his rap beef with Drake. But some may argue that Kendrick's beef is a bit excessive. After the whole world calling Drake a pedophile, many wonder how Kendrick could be so hateful towards not only a fellow colleague, but also a former friend. So why does Kendrick hate Drake so much? Well, with recent events, many believe that Kendrick's hatred towards Drake could be related to XXXtentacion's death. XXXtentacion is one of the most notorious rappers of all time. He rose to fame in 2017 with his debut album, 17. This album was raw. It was drastically different from what anyone else had done in the past. Many artists expressed their support towards this album, especially Kendrick Lamar. In August of 2017, Kendrick tweeted, "Listen to this album if you feel anything. Raw thoughts." Kendrick then brought out X to perform at a show on his Damn tour. Kendrick further demonstrated his devotion towards XXX in 2018 when Spotify announced that they would be removing X's music from playlisting due to his allegations of abuse. But Kendrick threatened to take his music down if they did this to XXX. Kendrick was successful in this attempt, and X expressed his gratitude.
"I know that this isn't expected, but I actually really want to thank Spotify for not being negligent and for changing their decision on me. And in specific, thank you, Kendrick Lamar. I didn't want to say anything to make him subject to any negative energy whatsoever, because people find some weird way to do that. But thank you again, and I appreciate you, and many blessings to you and your family."
Even XXX's own father posted on IG thanking Kendrick for giving X a platform.
"Special big up. Shout out goes to Kendrick Lamar. You stepped up to the plate for him when a lot of people just stood by and stood back."
But as XXXtentacion started his journey in taking over the rap game, tragedy struck. On June 18th, 2018, XXX stopped at an ATM in Florida, withdrawing $50,000 in cash to purchase a motorcycle. Surveillance footage shows that a couple of men were following him at the dealership, and as X was leaving, the same men attempted an armed robbery but ultimately killed him. Like Kendrick, many were devastated by XXXtentacion's death, except for one suspect. Before the murder, XXX and Drake were beefing. The beef all started when Drake's song KMT came out, where the flow is a nearly direct copy of XXX's verse on Look At Me.
Drake hit up a DJ that I fuck with. He was like, "Yo, the nigga Drake watched your interview. He said he fuck with you and he fuck with your partner Ski Mask." He's like, "Yo, he's saying he go call your manager within the next few days."
Okay.
So I'm amped up. Nigga, I fuck with Drake.
Yeah.
You feel me? Drake a genius. He was supposed to contact one of my managers. So he doesn't do it. That same fucking week, bro, he dropped the fucking video of previewing that shit in Amsterdam. So he plays this shit. I hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, what the fuck?
Love is just not in my plan. Not even taking a check.
Feeling cheated, XXX started trolling Drake. He changed his Twitter profile to a Photoshop image of Drake's family with X's face on his dad. XXX then tweeted, "Drake mom kinda cute, she could get it." X also called out Drake for imitating a Jamaican accent.
"Tell this pussy nigga Drake, stop speaking patois. You are not Jamaican. I'm a real fucking Jamaican. I'm from fucking Kingston. All of my family is from Kingston. Stop stealing my people's culture."
But it was Drake's friend, 600 Breezy, who's the main piece of evidence tied with X's death.
Anytime I asked my homie, "Can I get on somebody's ass?" he always say no, and this time he just gave me a shrug, like it's whatever, because he took it. That's all I need.
After X's death, Drake released the Sicko Mode music video with Travis Scott, where it shows an image of an XXX lookalike being crushed by a meteor. But it was really Drake's lyrics that exposed his accountability for the murder. Like on Drake's track, I'm Upset, where he writes, SMS XXX, that's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. This could be a lyric related to a woman's tatas, but X did get shot in the neck. And more recently, Drake wrote on the track BS from her her loss, damn, maybe I should do a 20, maybe I should break that 20, do a 10, maybe I should break that 10, do a 5, then if it gets live, do a 5 again. If you dissect these lyrics, breaking a 20 into 10s is 2 10s. Breaking a 10 into 5s, but with a live is another 5 equals a 10. That's 3 10s. And 3 10s in Roman numerals is XXX, baby. He finishes off the verse saying, if he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. With X disrespecting Drake's mom on Instagram Live.
Hey, tell Drake I like my pudding tapioca.
Yo, somebody gonna shoot me.
Drake basically confessed that he was responsible for X's murder, but the biggest piece of evidence is before X died. He posted a story that said, if anyone tries to kill me, it was at Champagne Pobby, aka Drake. With Drake being listed in the court documents for the trial of XXX's death, many believe that Drake was actually behind this murder, but Drake never served justice for this crime. So if this was true, you can imagine that many people would be in outrage by this potential injustice, which may have caused Kendrick Lamar to take matters into his own hands. Kendrick Lamar dominated 2024 through his rap beef with Drake. This ultimately led to him headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. Many tried to talk him out of performing Not Like Us, aka his diss track against Drake. However, Kendrick insisted on performing the song, but this performance shows exactly why Kendrick hates Drake. When Kendrick performed Peekaboo, he did this on the 30-yard line. 30 in Roman numerals is XXX. Not only that, but the show contains 3 symbols resembling an X. 1 being SZA, who is Drake's ex, 2 being Serena Williams, who's also Drake's ex, and 3 being the X on the stage. Shout out to the Jumpers Jump podcast for pointing this out. Kendrick also opened the show crouched down with a mic and a ring on his right hand. This is the same stance XXX held when performing in his 2017 XXL freestyle. With these symbols, Kendrick's halftime performance shows that he may have been avenging XXX's death this entire time by destroying Drake's reputation. Keep in mind that this is all a conspiracy, so it may not be true. Whether or not this is true, Kendrick definitely got what he wanted out of this beef. He won 5 Grammys for one song, which is the same amount of Grammys Drake won throughout his entire career. On top of that, Kendrick had everyone at the Grammys chanting that Drake is a pedophile. And if you follow Drake, it is clear that his opinion of his peers matters a lot to him. Not to mention, Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime performance was the most streamed halftime show of all time, meaning that millions of people sang along with Kendrick, calling Drake a pedophile. Kendrick's beef may not have been related to XXXtentacion's death, but all we do know is that this was personal.